Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I bet you hooligans want to know what this is, huh? Legendary banner. A lot of stuff going on. Very cool, very pog. There's a lot of banners to summon on. So why is this one worth your time? Let's find out. So, first up, as per usual, we look at the returning down yonder. Basically, this is Legendary Hinoka's show. Okay. Probably secondary up would be Colorless with Gateau and Claude. Blue is not going to be worth your time, mainly because Saros is likely getting remixed within a year or so, calendar-wise. And then green, while Violet is good, everybody else is not so much good. Also, Dagger is likely getting remixed soon. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So just be aware of that. Red is really the showstopper this time. That's basically what I'm telling you. If you don't have a Claude, then Gateau is great to pull on too. Here are the normies slash slightly limited in the likeness of rearmed heroes. In the upcoming pool. This last banner that we had, the Rearmed Plumeria banner, really kind of evened things out quite a bit, which is nice. They desperately needed that. We didn't add anybody to Colorless, okay? We did get an extra green. We got 2 more blue, which I don't know that we really needed, but it's now equivalent to how many we have in red, because the new red was a 4-star, so they're not coming on here. So, you know, outside of FEH, all good. So this is what everything looks like. Basically, it's 2-to-1 between red and blue and green and colorless, which is fine. Probably we'll take a look at the forecast later for October, November, so you get a slightly better idea for that, and then we'll see how that goes. As far as my prediction for the actual banner, I think it's going to be a bit of a banger, but not a total banger. This is what I think it's going to be. First up, red. Obviously, Hinoka is coming back. Hinoka is the biggest pull on this banner. Okay? Straight up. We've had a couple shots at Chrom already, but outside of him, because I don't think they'll put Eater, is that her name? I don't know what the goat kid. I don't know what her name is. I can't pronounce it right anyway, so why bother trying? You know, that's the closest upcoming rearmed that we have. They might actually no. Well, maybe. They might put Alchrist in colorless, but I don't think that they would do that. I think they'd probably just pop Chrom in there instead to make red much more appealing. But one way or another, we're getting a rearmed hero, whether it's in red or colorless. I don't think it's going to be blue. And then obviously we haven't had an ascended hero until Sed, who is current. So we're not likely seeing a new ascended hero on this banner. It's definitely going to be a rearm, but it could be Alchrist, but it's probably not, because they want to make red the most appealing thing possible. And outside of that, what they might do is put Felix there, and I feel like Felix, new legendary, and Hinoka is maybe not as big a draw as the potential of Chrom, new legendary, and then also Hinoka. So the good news is that if they do this, red is going to be an absolute showstopper. Hooray! Probably. We don't know what the new legendary is. I don't actually know who the new legendary is. So that's the question for you in the comments. Let me know who you think the new legendary is. But they're almost assuredly going to be red for a multitude of reasons that I have already hashed out. So that leaves us with blue, which again, Gilliam got passed up last time. So he is likely making his way on here. And then also Noah, who is pretty decent in his own right. That's fun. It's just not. The issue with legendary and mythic banners, if I may pop off for a moment, you always have to win a 1 in 3, which is even worse than a 1 in 2 under normal banner circumstances. So the issue is, unless you're just trying to spark for a single hero, you should not be pulling on blue. Just my opinion. Obviously, your account, your needs, your wants, your favorites, what have you. In terms of min-maxing, I just don't think there's a lot of good value in blue. Red, potentially yes. Blue, not really. The same issue with green is what I have. I think Byleth is still a very good legendary hero. However, the two next to him, Dagger is getting a little bit dated. Okay. The great thing about Dagger was the Pathfinder stuff when Pathfinder was new and fresh. But now we literally have inheritables that give Pathfinder and other units that grant Pathfinder. And so it's just the niche is not quite as nichey anymore. And I don't even know if Oter was good when he came out. So I feel for you if you are trying to snipe for Violet. I genuinely do. Because I've been there. I was like last month with Lucia. I did not succeed. I did not succeed like at all. But I tried to snipe outside of like other really bad options for me. So green, again, if you're min-maxing, I don't think that it's worth. I just don't think the 1 in 3, the 33% chance after getting to an orb amount that would require, like, allow you to pop a 5-star is just, ugh, it hurts. It hurts my heart and body and soul for you. Colorless, however, a little more optimistic. There's genuinely good stuff here. Unfortunately for Claude, literally every iteration that comes out of him beats his prior in some capacity. It happens. But that's not to say that Legendary Claude isn't still worth your time and investment, especially obviously if you like it. Look, we got over 1,000 heroes. Okay, you should just be using the ones you really, really like, because if you haven't picked up on it yet, the meta stuff, like it's changing every like 60 days or so. Like, it's wild. Okay, so unless there's a staple that's gonna hang out, like Bride Katria, who's been, you know, Katria ballin' since 2020, you know what I mean? So Colorless is good. Colorless is pretty decent. I think that the value there is worth the pull, but it is account specific. Okay, so you have Claude, who is nigh unkillable under certain circumstances. You have Gateau, who offers a lot of good damage reduction and support. And then you also have Maria, who will allow you to not die, basically. So that's like, you know, those are good combos. Those are good combos. And so I think Colorless is maybe worth it, but I still think Red is the showstopper. Okay, I think Red is probably the most invested that you can get this time around, especially if the new legendary is Blessing. Is that still a term people use? I don't know. I have avoided TikTok and other things, and Twitter's going paywall, so I'm not gonna be there anymore. Anyway, the point is, that is what I think the banner is gonna look like. This is the forecast. Ooh, I think it's the forecast. I think it's the forecast. I'm pretty sure it's the updated one. My files are a mess, okay? So I'm pretty sure I got the most up-to-date versions of these. But this is my little disclaimer that it may not be 100%, but it's a forecast, so it's fine because it's going to change anyway. Probably. So this October, definitely be looking at some blues. Big bad blues over here. That is a big deal. That's a big deal. We're also getting twins formas for Hall of Forms that month. That's pretty cool. That's goated. November. Bruh. So, Golvig is likely going to be alongside Fomortis. Okay? That's nuts. Number one, that's nuts. I don't know what blue looks like necessarily, but I mean, it could be Aether or whatever her name is, the goat kid, the kid goat. And then for red, I am assuming that we're gonna get Sather's young form, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head either. They all sound very similar, which is also kind of a problem, because like I remember things by sound most times, and if they sound similar, then it's harder for me to differentiate. But you know who I'm talking about, right? Kid with the hood, and she has a red tone, and yeah, so that's what that looks like. It would be really funny though if they put Brave Golfig in blue. And then we just had the whole Sather bloodline. You know what I mean? Like that would be kind of funny. But November, I would anticipate a double mythic legendary combo, or there's gonna be two of them. What they are designated as, I do not know, but there will likely be two. So just be aware of that. And then red will be filling in probably with some good, because November, December, January, February. That is the quarter of the year that they come for you and all of your money. So be ready for that, just to be aware. And so obviously if anybody else in those pools, I think Plumeria is getting a remix. Is Dimitri getting a remix? He might be getting a remix. I can't see who else is on there because my eyes are bad, and I haven't been to an eye doctor since 2019, I found out. So that's a different thing that I need to address at some point, but that does not apply to you. Let me know who you think the newest legendary hero we're going to be having is. Are they red? Yes. Let me know why. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.